This is my mid-February book review of the books I read so far. Hello everybody, my name is Liz. Welcome. Welcome back. I appreciate it if you came back. Today I'm going to talk about the books that I read so far, so mid-February. And there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm doing pretty good. Some are on Kindle, some I actually have the book. And these are based off the TBR that I pulled out of my basket and those that people have recommended for me. So let's start. On Kindle, Accidental Magic by Iris Beaglehole. That one I gave a 4 stars. It's about a mother and daughter who, I don't remember if the father left them or whatever. They're not together anymore. And it's a teenage daughter. And it's truly about their relationship that they have with each other, mother-daughter. It's cute. It's evolving. It's a loving relationship. It's a funny relationship. And it centers around them inheriting a cabin in the middle of kind of nowhere. And when they get there, they see that it's like really kind of icky. But the minute they open the door, it like changes, and it like changes right before their eyes, and they can't believe what they see. Now, it's also funny though, when they find out all these people want to buy this cabin. So the story goes on from there, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's cute. I want to keep reading it, and you can probably hear my little doggy in the background. My dog can't decide if she wants to sit with me or not, but she definitely doesn't want to be on camera. Okay, so the second one was Buried Magic by T.J. Green. That was also very nice. I didn't want to say adorable because it's not adorable. It's about a group of friends, and they all know, this group all know that they have they have magic. And what's funny is they think the rest of the town doesn't know. Some may not, but a lot of people know that they actually have magic, because in that town, it is known to be where a bunch of families who have magic have lived there. And they have a book. Each family has their own book of spells, a grimoire. I have a hard time saying that. Somebody wants to come and steal all their books. Well, most of these people in the group don't know where those books are. So it's a thriller. Somebody does die. It's a mystery. There's a magical creature that comes. It's good. And there's a detective. He wants help from the group because he knows that they have magic. But there's also something secretive about him. Like, it makes me wonder, does he have magic and he's not letting this group know? It's a cliffhanger of an ending. That's what I'll tell you. So you got to keep going in the series. So start at the beginning. And it was Buried Magic. That's the first one. Then I read The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. I gave that a 4.5. I did like The Housemaid. So of course then I wanted to read the second one, Housemaid's Secret. It's almost like I want to say, you can't trust anybody. You try and do a good deed. It just like never works out. It feels like everything's against you. But that goes for like 2 characters. So there's a man and woman, and the man hires like a maid. She is not allowed to reach out to the wife, who's apparently locked in a room. But this maid's background is giving her vibes like there's something wrong with this woman, because there's clues left around. A little blood here. She sees the woman peeking through the eye hole of the door. The woman does actually open the door after a lot of pouting from the maid. It's suspenseful in that matter too. So the maid then wants to help this wife because she's being battered. Her husband is hurting her. So she helps the maid run away. But then when she goes back to work at this house, because she's going to act surprised, she knows nothing about it, the wife is back. And that's when it all begins. And I don't want to ruin it for the rest of you. So I really like it. I know there's that back and forth, you know, like some people love her, some people hate her, that type of thing. She's an easy read. If you're not really a reader, she's a good author to read. I do suggest it. It might get you back into reading because it is a fast, easy read, and it's very good. The ending was like, wow. And that's what I like about her books too. So that was Frida McFadden, Housemaid's Secret. Then it was No Exit by Taylor Adams, and that one, those three that I talked about already, those I read on Kindle. So I actually have No Exit by Taylor Adams, and this was a recommendation by one of you. In the beginning, I did go into it knowing this child is found locked in a car, or actually a van, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people stuck like at a wayside, but it's not a wayside, it's like a travel center. And the young woman of the 5 is the one that notices this girl is locked in the van. And she actually breaks into the van and actually talks to the girl because she thought, wait a minute, am I crazy? No, I'm going to investigate more. And there really is a girl locked in the van, and she's chained up and she's hurt and all that. And she's very young. They think they said she was 12. Anyway, from there on in the book, this woman is trying to find out who is the person out of the other 4 that actually is kidnapping this young girl. So I'm not going to ruin it from there. It wasn't what I expected whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm just reading about another girl or another person, hostage, that This is really, really good. It's nothing what I thought it would be. So great suggestion. Thank you for somebody like in my face. You need to read this. So I appreciate it. The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I was a teacher, and so I'm like, oh, do I want to read this? Do I not? So I read it, and it's kind of your typical, not typical, sorry, but like I didn't want to read about the teacher-student relationship. I'm just like, that's a no way. You know, if you're a teacher, you're like, God, that's, or a parent, I'm a parent, whatever. I'm like, I really don't want to read this. But then about not quite halfway, things started to change. There's a little bit of bullying in there with kids at school. The girl that this centers around, she was accused of having, I guess you could call it an affair with a different teacher who doesn't work there anymore. Some say he got fired. He says he quit. He is warning the wife, who's also a teacher at that school, of the teachers who's having the relationship, watch out for this girl, yada, 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 all that type of stuff. Again, you got to read it. You got to read it because it did not end the way I thought it would be. It is a good book. Even if you're a teacher and the beginning is kind of like, I don't know, but it takes a turn, it takes a twist, many twists. And actually the best part was the very, 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 very end. Was it the epilogue, or let me look, or just the last chapter? What do they call it? The epilogue. It like, that sealed it. If you got to read the prologues in all these books. You got to read the epilogues. It's just, and on a lot of these thriller books, I'm finding that the epilogue is where it's just like, are you kidding me? Like, kick me in the pants. This is awesome. So highly, highly recommend. Then a book I read on Kindle is Love Mom by Ileana Zanda. My daughter picked this up for me. This is definitely a 5-star read. Holy cow. I think I read it in like 2 days, like 2 sittings or whatever. It was just so good. Dysfunctional family. A writer passes away, and the daughter, in the will, the daughter like really only gets money for her to go to school. And she's like, well, I mean, I know I wasn't that close with my mom, but man, that's kind of, that like, you really didn't love me, did you? Father's an alcoholic, the grandma is real mean. It's just like, right away, it's kind of like, this is nuts. So as the funeral goes on, the daughter gets a letter, and it's signed "Love, Mom." And I don't really want to. Well, maybe I can tell you. I don't have my Kindle. But from the first letter, it starts. It starts a little slow because a little investigating has to happen, but it just keeps going. Twists, turns. It's like an investigation, and then she's like learning about who her mom is, and she's meeting people from her mom's past, and it's like, was it my mom that really wrote these letters? And it is so good. Definitely a 5-star read. So good. I'm surprised how much I loved it. And then I just finished my husband's wife, Alice Feeney. Maybe 2 days it took, maybe 2 sittings it took me to read. Just crazy twists and turns through this whole thing. Yes, a woman goes running. She comes back. And when she went running, she didn't take her phone. She didn't take her keys. She didn't, you know what I mean? She's like, she's gonna go running like she does every single day, every night or morning, whatever. And I think it was morning. And then just come home, start your day. She couldn't get in. So when she knocked on the door, like, come on, let me in, a different woman answers the door. Okay. But she says, what are you doing here? And the woman at the door says, this is my house. And the lady who went running, Eden Fox, said, this is my house. And she's like, who are you? And the woman at the door says, I live here. My name is Eden Fox. So they're both claiming to be Eden Fox. So it makes you wonder, like, is there a time warp happening? Who's the crazy one? Just like, what? So somebody shows up from the police station, and he starts, investigating and questioning the Eden Fox, who was the runner, and she has nothing to prove who she is because it's all in the house, and she can't get in the house. And he's like, but that says Eden Fox. And when he asked around town, the Eden Fox that the town knows is the one that's in the house. So you're kind of like, what? You're like, as I'm reading it, I'm confused, and like, who's who? Well, you're supposed to be confused. And that's what I took away from this book, that the confusion that was going on in the story was actually happening in my head. And that's what made it even better. Because then when it all started falling together, coming together, it's like, it's crazy. I don't know how these authors come up with this stuff, but it is so good. If you don't have this, get out there, read it, because you want to form your own opinions about it, and you want to experience, like, I wish I could read this again and act like I didn't read it before. That's how much I like this. I love Alice Feeney. Loved Rock, Paper, Scissors. She's just like, this is crazy. I don't know if I think I like it more than Rock, Paper, Scissors, even though I could tell you everything that happened in that book too. But this is just like amazing. Wow. I could go on and on and on. So those are the books that I read for February so far. I think I'm doing pretty good. At the end of the month, I'll give you a rundown of like a short recap of the ones I just did and the rest of the books I read. And I did get some more books. My loving husband took me to the bookstore for Valentine's. He's such a sweetheart. Okay. If you have any questions about those books, give me a holler. but I recommend them, all of them. I don't think I had any that I didn't like so far. All right, happy reading. Bye.